friends, welcome back to my channel. We're here today to continue with our list challenges for hashtag Caribathon. And so today we are talking about letter B, and we're going to say B equal Barbados. And so to celebrate, I'm wearing my Bajan t-shirt. This was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Barbados independence in 2016. One of my friends from Barbados, I think, went to the country during the independence celebration and brought me back this t-shirt. So I'm really excited to be wearing it today to talk about Bajan books. And I have been really interested in Bajan literature, Bajan culture for a long time. I've had a lot of friends from Barbados, but also when I was growing up, I don't know, I thought that people from Barbados spoke the Queen's English and they were as close to British aristocracy as you could get. I don't know why I thought that. Probably because I had a family member who married someone who was Barbados and they were really prim and proper. So I thought that person represented all of Barbados. I don't know. Maybe they do. But today we're here to talk about Bajan books, Bajan authors. And so I have a list of several books from Barbados written by authors who are from Barbados themselves or were born outside of Barbados to Bajan parents, or at least a parent. So here are some of the titles, and I'll tell you if I've read them, and you'll tell me if you've read them. Tell me that in the comments down below. And if you have other books like this, books that were written by Bajan authors that I might not have yet heard about, then definitely leave those titles in the comments down below so we can go check them out and learn more about Bajan culture together. So here are some books by Bajan authors. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones was a book club pick last year, and I absolutely love this book. Gave it 5 stars and really pressed on the other book club members to increase their rating as well, because I thought this book was so intense, so profound. It speaks about some really traumatic and tragic circumstances, but I think the purpose of novels is to give you a place where you can center on an experience that's happening to a fictional character and maybe see a way out because this character has found a way out for themselves, or really just a place to empathize. If this is not something that's happening to you, to kind of see how someone is dealing with something. I was really impressed with this book, so I'm going to highly recommend How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones. If you haven't yet read it, go read it. Yeah. And if you've read it, give yourself a point. Other books by Bajan authors include In the Castle of My Skin by George Lamming. In this one, George Lamming talks about growing up in Barbados and then moving to other places in the Caribbean. So read this one. It's a classic. And yeah, I've mentioned this one before, but yeah, still read it if you haven't yet. Naomi Jackson is a daughter of Bajan parents, and she writes about that experience a little bit in The Star Side of Bird Hill. In this book, we're reading about characters who grow up in the United States but then are sent to Barbados because of some change in their family situation. And so that kind of reverse immigration is one that I have seen happen to other people, and it's really interesting to me. I love stories about immigration, and the reverse immigration, no less interesting, no less enticing for me to read about. So I really like this book. Read it if you haven't yet. Star Side of Bird Hill by Naomi Jackson. Another author of Bajan ancestry is Paul Marshall. Her father was from Barbados, but Paul Marshall herself was born in the United States. And she writes a little bit about that Bajan impression in her life. In this, I haven't read this book yet, but in her novel Brown Girl, Brownstones, she talks about growing up as a child of immigrants in New York and the difference in ambitions of her parents, one who is wanting to stay in the United States and one who wants to return to the Caribbean to live out their older years there. And I thought it was really interesting in Brown Girl, Brownstones. So I haven't yet read this one, but yeah, give yourself a point if you've read either of these books by Paul Marshall. And of course, I highly recommend Brown Girl, Brownstones, and we'll be reading this together in the book club. So if you want to join us for that, let me know in the comments down below as well. Other authors that I haven't yet read but want to check out include Austin Clarke, who wrote The Polished Hoe, and I want to read it. So if you've read it, give yourself a point and let's chat about that book. Another author that I want to check out is Cecil Foster, who wrote No Man in the House. Haven't yet read it, but want to. So if you've read it, give yourself a point and let me know what you thought about that book. And there's a brand new release called The Island of Forgetting. The author's name is Jasmine Seeley, and I heard a really great review about that book this morning. So it's high on my TBR right now because, you know, if I had a copy, I'd read it for Caribathon, but I don't have a copy. So let me know if you've checked it out. The Island of Forgetting. Mommy. Yes, you want to say hi? The Island of Forgetting.
Hi.
Hi. So So The Island of Forgetting by Jasmine Seeley.
It's so high.
It's so high. Okay, go finish. Thank you, baby. Thank you, darling. Thank you. So yeah, those are some novels by Bayesian authors or authors of Bayesian heritage. Would love to know if you've read them, or if you haven't yet read them, if you want to pick them up now. Let's chat about that in the comments. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and until we come back for another one. It's pink. Thank you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone else who you think might enjoy getting some recommendations of Caribbean titles. And until we come back for another video, happy reading. Bye, if you haven't yet. Ooh, B equal Barbados, and so to celebrate so this video, and until we come back for another one, it's pink. Thank you.